Jason Danard here from the Calgary Stockyards with your weekly cattle market report for this week ending August 14th, with no shortage of things to talk about this week. We did get word this week that Tyson will be closing two of their facilities and have announced their Pasco, Washington plant for sale. This plant, an important plant to us here in Western Canada, and this following several plant closure announcements over the last few months to get the U.S. packing industry in line with current cattle inventories. This, combined with the U.S. opening its border to Mexican feeders this month, has markets nervous, and we have seen a very large drop in the futures and overall cattle values. On the direct trade this week, we saw fed cattle under some pressure, with trade from 5.15 to 5.30 on the rail delivered in the west, either side of 5.40 on the rail delivered in the east. We did see 9 loads sell live this week on team, and they sold from 3.15 to 3.17 FOB the feedlot, and those cattle destined to the U.S. for harvest. It should be noted that we have seen fed cattle in the cash drop $500 to $800 a head in the cash again over the last 4 to 6 weeks, so expect some pressure on the feeder cattle moving forward. Cows under some pressure on the direct trade. We saw trade on either side of 4.40 on the rail delivered. We did see 2 loads of cows sell live on team this week out of Manitoba, and they sold from 2.35 to 2.36 FOB the ranch. Feeder cattle market under a little pressure, as you would expect, but still trading at very strong levels. This week on team, we saw about 4,300 feeders trade as follows. We saw the 1,000-pound steers trade from 4.48 to 4.56. That was either side of $4,600 per head. We saw the heifers trade at 369. 9-weight steers, 478 to 486, or either side of $4,400 on the head per head rather. We saw the heifers trade at 426, about $4,100 per head. The 8-weight steers at 511, about $4,400 per head. Heifers at 453, about $4,000 a head. 7-weight steers, 561 to 584, or either side of $4,200 per head. Heifers at 492, or either side of $3,800 per head. 6-weight steers, 613 to 632. They're trading on either side of $4,000 per head. Heifers 513 to 621, either side of $3,600 per head. You'll notice a trend here. The heifers trading about $400 per head back of their brothers. Moving on to the 5-weight steer calves, we saw them trade from 682 to 718, or $3,800 per head. Heifers 561 to 683, and you guessed it, either side of $3,400 per head. And please note that most of these team feeder cattle prices are picked up at the farm or ranch. And again, feeder cattle still trading at very strong levels. Also on team this week, we saw more trade on the bred heifers. They sold at 54 1/4, a little off the highs of a few months ago. I would say $200 to $400 off the highs, about the same as the feeder cattle actually, that we did see just a few months ago. Join us again on Friday. We're expecting a very nice lineup this week featuring limousine, calves, and yearlings, limousine influence cattle. Not close to limousine influence cattle, but featuring limousine influence cattle. Give your local team agent a call to get your cattle listed for this week's sale. And for further market information, visit us online at teamauctionsales.com, on Facebook at Team Auction Sales, on X at Jason Danard, email jasondanard@hotmail.com, or call or text anytime 403-519-8916. Have a good week.